morning and welcome to my day 2 vlog here from Disneyland Park. Now if you haven't already seen them, check out my day 1 vlog here from Disneyland Park, along with the video I filmed yesterday over in Walt Disney Studios. They are both now online here on Theme Park Worldwide, so definitely make sure you check them out. In the day 1 vlog from here, I check out all of the different festivities taking place for the Festival of Pirates and Princesses. Lots of different entertainment, really good actually, so make sure you check that out in that vlog. Of course I do lots of different rides here in this park, and over in the Walt Disney Studios vlog, it's Legends of the Force over there at the moment, a celebration of all things Star Wars. So I see the fantastic nighttime show with all the projections and pyrotechnics on the facade of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror. Along with that, I watched some of like the First Order March and Imperial March, all that sort of stuff, and lots of ride footage as well. So make sure you check it out. But yesterday, back in Disneyland Park to do some more rides that I didn't do in the day 1 vlog, and also watch the absolutely awesome Disney Stars on Parade, which is the daily parade here that launched during the 25th anniversary. It is absolutely fantastic. I love it to bits. So yeah, I'll be sharing highlights from that. Also this evening's performance, the nighttime spectacular here on the castle of Disney Illuminations. So that's all to come later on in the vlog. But first, yeah, let's get some rides in. I'm going to head through the castle into Fantasyland and yeah, do a few rides around there, what I didn't get to do last time. A couple of the smaller dark rides. I'll go on It's a Small World today, have a little look round, see what else is going on around the park. And yeah, the weather isn't supposed to be nice all day today. It's said that rain is potentially coming this afternoon, so we'll see what happens. I've done really well for the weather on this trip. You know, so if it does rain this afternoon, then it does, but it's one of them things, isn't it? I wasn't expecting this weather for February anyway. It's been amazing. It was 18 degrees yesterday. Yeah, welcome to Fantasyland and Disneyland. Let's go and do a few more rides.
He doesn't like the dolls.
Starting off the day then with the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a Small World here in Fantasyland, and I've not seen these fountains on for years. Like, I don't know if I'm just unlucky when I've been, but I've not seen these on for a very long time. Both of them are working. There's one just here and then another one on the other side. But yeah, maybe they only have them on like when it's a really nice day or something, but I say that, I was here in the sunshine a couple of days like over Christmas and last February. It wasn't frosted over or anything, but yeah, I've just not seen them on for a long time. There's the other one on that side. Really makes it out here when they've got those on. I don't know, maybe they've been broken for a while and they've fixed them, I'm not too sure. Or like I say, maybe I've just been unlucky and not seen them. When I was last here at Disneyland Paris over Christmas, It's a Small World was in its Christmas version, where they changed the soundtrack. They have some Christmas songs mixed in with the traditional soundtrack, and along with that as well, they put different costumes on some of the dolls, a few more bits of scenery around and Christmas decorations, and yeah, it's back to normal now. I must say though, it's looking really fresh actually. Like everything seems to be working. A lot of the dolls as well have been replaced over the past few years, so it's a lot more reliable now. But love it or hate it, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on It's a Small World. It is a small world after all, isn't it? It really is. These are my favourite here, this hula dancing. I love it.
This song is a good reminder. Please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Remember to gather up all your belongings and step up carefully to your boat.
It wouldn't be a trip to Disneyland Paris without my ride on the back row of Casey Jr.'s circus train. Come on, join in, you know the words. I think every time I come and do a vlog here now, I'm going to come and sit in the same seat. It's the only seat on the whole ride where you're facing backwards. I love it. Woo! I'm such a big kid, aren't I? Casey Jr.'s back, oh yeah. The boat ride's still closed at the moment. This is opened early actually, not even 10 o'clock yet. Happy days, I just came in for the last part of my extra magic hour. Hey. Yes, some great views. It's such an underrated ride, but it's one you want to get to early because this does get a busy queue. Onboard audio as well for the win. Hey. It just feels like the only one on the ride because you're facing the opposite way. I do really like it. Fantasyland classic. There we go, good old Casey. Talk about good timing then, literally just stepped off Casey Jr. and it's open. The ride that I don't really know how to pronounce properly. Le Pinocchio, I don't know. I always have a laugh at that every time. Oh, look at the ride system there, the turntable that spins the wires round that the boats are attached to. Of course, the ride itself very much inspired by the original at Disneyland in California. However, you actually have a cast member on each boat there. There's no sort of system underneath the water. It's not automatic. Each boat's got a motor on it. It's very nice scenes on this ride. Looks like it's been cleaned up quite a bit actually since I was last here. Everything looks really fresh. I remember a few years ago at Disneyland Paris there was quite a bit what you know, looked like it needed some work doing to it, but looks really fresh at the moment. Really good. Please remain seated.
Ça manque de personnages sur un club du village pour moi. Il y a la base, ça manque de personnages.
On-ride footage there from Le Pinocchio. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it feels like a completely different month to what it has done the past 2 days. Much cooler today, and yeah, the sun didn't last long this morning, did it? Clouds are coming over now already, so yeah, we might get some rain this afternoon, which isn't great for the parade, but oh well, it is what it is, isn't it? You can't change the weather. Anyway, having a great morning so far. I managed to do quite a lot of rides in about 40 minutes, so I'm going to head over towards Pinocchio now, and also Snow White, two other smaller dark rides, but classic dark rides here in Fantasyland. But yeah, God, it is much cooler actually now. I thought it wasn't going to be too bad, but yeah, I'm glad I brought my coat with me now today. I think we'll start off with a ride on Pinocchio. Let's go. about 20 minutes there for Pinocchio. That was the longest queue of the day so far. It's quite a short ride, it's only about 2 minutes. Same with Snow White, and the queue for Snow White is advertised as 30 minutes, so I'm going to come back a little bit later on and get that one. If I do miss out on it this trip, it's not the end of the world. It's not like one of the major rides that I have to do and must do when I come to Disney. But you know, I'll try and get it later on if I can do. I'm going to make my way over to Discoveryland shortly, over to Star Tours. Firstly, I've just come to see my little friend over here, the dragon, underneath the castle in the hill. You gonna wake up this morning? Looks like he's having a rest. Oh, he's seen me, Oh, off he goes. A bit vicious now. Calm down. Great animatronic. Really nice and misty in here today as well. And back to sleep he goes. So it's a 25-minute wait at the moment for Star Tours. The adventures continue. Well worth it, especially since the upgrade. Do prefer all this entrance. It looks so much better around here than it did do a few years ago. Head straight down the standby queue. Obviously sometimes it can be all out here, so 25 minutes isn't too bad.
Nichts fehlt Uhr-One-Class, Oxmas, Foto, Contes, Sammlung.
Star Tours offre à présent des départs quotidiens pour la paisible planète Naples. Visitez les monuments historiques de Sid, la capitale. Vous pourrez peut-être même apercevoir la nouvelle reine fraîchement élue de Naples. Ou si vous êtes fille.
Really do love the queue line for Star Tours. Only been waiting about 10 minutes so far. I've only got to go up this ramp and then we're up to the loading areas for the simulators. So yeah, not quite 25 minutes, not bad at all. Anyway, with this being a ride where you wear 3D glasses, not much point in really taking the camera on because you won't really be able to see anything. So I'll see you when we come off.
Pour un travail passionnant à la sécurité du spatioport.
J'en ai peut-être un de disponible.
C'est vrai? Mais à quel poste?
Le tien, c'est que je te remets pas au travail.
Ah, quel petit plaisantin. J'espère.
So only waited about 15 minutes there for that ride on Star Tours. Not too bad at all. Really good throughputs on that. They've got all the simulators open today. Straight in, on the ride, and then off you go. Like really, really good. Very impressed. Operations at Disney parks are always fantastic. They always try the best. I mean, I've been here before when there's been snow and ice everywhere, and they were scraping the track on Big Thunder Mountain just to get it open. And they did, like, it was like -2 or something. Honestly, they are crazy when it comes to operations at all the Disney parks around the world. But yeah, and that's what keeps Disney consistent. You know, that's why I love coming. But yeah, it was a really good ride on Star Tours. The adventures continue. Much better than it used to be, in my opinion. I know there's some people out there that still prefer the nostalgia of the original, but for me, it never quite did it. I much prefer the updated version, all the different videos you can get on there. I had a different finale then than what I've ever had. Bear in mind, I've been on it probably 20 times since it had the overhaul. So yeah, it was really good and very enjoyable. So I've made my way back across Central Plaza here to Adventureland. Really underrated area of the park this, because there's no rides in this area. There's just a shop, there's a restaurant, and where I'm about to go now in the Aladdin walkthrough, people just tend to walk through it, but it's a really underrated part of the park. And a few years ago it was all resurfaced on the floor, all the walls and stuff were repainted, and it looks loads better. Yeah, we're going to go in this little Aladdin walkthrough here now. I'll spin you around. So like I've said in various different vlogs, what I've done from here over the years, there's quite a few different walkthrough attractions throughout Disneyland Paris, and this is one of them. And talking of Aladdin, there's the genie. There he is doing his meet and greet, queuing up there just on the right. Let's go for a little walk in here. Here's Genie! Yeah, people just tend to walk through this area because there's no rides in it. It's actually quite nice. All these little animatronics, all these small figures to look at. There's the lamp. Rub the lamp. This is probably my favourite scene in this Aladdin walkthrough. Of course, you got all the sparkly lights everywhere, Aladdin down here with the lamp, the magic carpet dancing away up at the top, and of course Genie there with the Pepper's Ghost effect. Obviously Genie's just off to the side here, and it's using the lighting and yeah, the fact that it's shining onto it and onto a mirror to give that effect. Disney love the Pepper's Ghost effect. They use it in a lot of different attractions. And of course I look forward to getting back on Phantom Manor soon. I speak all about that in the day one vlog. So if you want to check it out, it's now online here on the channel. Of course, I've been chatting to quite a few people, Disneyland Paris fans this trip, and they've been telling me more about it, how it's been delayed because of asbestos, what was used in the construction, so they've been having to remove a lot of that, or all of that. So it'll be interesting to see how many changes there actually is. Right, here we go then. Welcome to Hakuna Matata, one of my favourite restaurants actually here at Disneyland Paris. Got some live music going on today as well, a bit of drumming. Thought I'd show you the meal that I've got just in here. So this is priced at $14.99 in euros, of course. You get chicken strips, these really nice chips, what are a little bit different. You get a regular drink and also an ice cream. Now if you want to, you can either have an ice cream or a yogurt, or you can swap the chips for a salad, but there you go. Who wants to do that realistically? But there you go. So yeah, $14.99. Obviously with my annual pass, I got €1.50 off as well, which made it $13.49, I think it was. But yeah, you know, I said this about food the other day at Cases. You know, it's reasonably expensive, but you know, it's Disney, isn't it? Tastes really good though. Just had a bit. I give it a good 9 out of 10 on quality. Very good, nice and hot as well. And the best thing is in here, get some bit of drumming. Peak times only though. Just adds to the atmosphere. Right, I'm going to tuck in. And there you go, that was another Sean's food review. There you like that one. food there in Hakuna Matata. I really enjoyed the atmosphere in there. Even better when you've got like a bit of live drumming going on. You know me and the drums, theme park worldwide, and drumming goes down very well. But there you go. Anyway, you might remember from the day one vlog that I filmed 2 days ago that I watched a show called Disney Pirates or Princesses, Make Your Choice. And I'm actually going to go and watch that again, but this time I'm going to go and watch it from the Royal Castle stage, whereas I actually watched it from Central Plaza, and you've got the 4 stages all around just out the front of the castle. Pirates start at one end, princesses at the other, and then they all meet up in the middle. But this time I've been told that to go and watch it from the Royal Castle stage, because apparently it's really good there. You get to see a bit more of like the pirate floats and that sort of thing. So that's where I'm going to head over to now, and I'll put a couple of minutes of highlights in of that, because of course they've got an actual stage, a big stage there to do the performance on. I believe you've got the fountains that go off in the background that they use, of course, for the nighttime spectaculars here, and along with that as well, I think there's 3 different floats that all sort of join up to make a pirate ship, and I know it does that at Central Plaza, but I didn't quite get to see it to its full potential. So after speaking to a few friends of mine last night, they said make sure you watch it from the Royal Castle stage and film it as well, because it's a very different experience. So I'm going to head over there now, and yeah, here's some highlights from Disney Pirates or Princesses. Make your choice. What are you? Comment down below.
Show your pirate power, raise your souls up high. Hold to stand and let the jolly lights fly. Use your pirate power, shout your ho. Use your pirate power, all it's you to know. Use your pirate power and speak your name. Yo ho, yo ho. You got pirate power, get on a princess. You got pirate power, raise your hand. Show your pirate power, raise your swords up high. Punches every lift and don't launch your kite. Use your pirate power, show your hope. Use your pirate power, don't let you go. Use your pirate power, let's take your place. Set a course for eternity.
I said back in the day one vlog that I didn't think that show would be anywhere near as enjoyable at the Royal Castle stage. Well, I was wrong. That was amazing, and it really puts into perspective how many performers there is in that show. I mean, there's hundreds of cast members who are dedicated to entertainments here at Disneyland Paris, and of course a lot of them are in that show. Brilliant, really good production. Of course, down at the Pirates end there, over on the Royal Castle stage, the floats all came together, and you got like the trampoline on there. I saw all that more this time, doing somersaults and things, and it meant that you could get some really nice photos actually of them all sort of doing somersaults in front of the castle and stuff. The fountains going off in the background. Really impressed with that, and overall really impressed with this season. Like I say, I plan to come to all the different seasons this year here at Disneyland Paris, and yeah, I very much enjoyed the Festival of Pirates and Princesses. What am I though? Definitely on the pirate side, of course, because I'm just loving all the stage elements, what you've got to it, that you get there. You know, there's a lot of sort of acrobats and stuff a part of it, like they've got a rope on one of the floats and someone climbs that, and yeah, it was really, really good. Entertainment at Disneyland Paris has just gone up and up over the past few years. I remember 5 or 6 years ago, there wasn't one stage show in either of the parks, and now look at where we are. You know, lots of different events going on, always evolving, always developing, and that's what Walt Disney wanted in his parks. So that's great to see. Talking of evolving and developing, let me spin the camera around. And we're going to talk a little bit more about this. So back in that day one vlog, I went on the beautiful Molly Brown, the steamship, all around the water of Big Thunder Mountain. And we had a look at the construction of the new theatre just over here, which is going to be opening in the summer in June, ready for the Festival of the Lion King that I'm really looking forward to. I think the Jungle and Lion King Festival, somewhere along those lines. And yeah, there's going to be a big new stage show in here on the former site of the old Chaparral Theatre. And yeah, this is a little look at it. You might remember this area. It's been used over Christmas before when they've done, they used to have Santa down here years ago now, we're talking. They used to have a Christmas show in there, then they've had a Frozen show, they had another performance in there. They've done quite a lot over the years. But yeah, they've completely demolished the old theatre, building a new one. And I just thought we'll get a bit of a better perspective of it here now. I had a look from here over Christmas, but it's coming together really well. And it's a lot bigger than the old Chaparral Theatre. It's a lot taller, so they can do a lot more in terms of acrobats and things in there. And with it being a Lion King inspired show, I think we're going to see a lot of acrobats, kind of similar to the Lion King show that can be seen at Hong Kong Disneyland and also in Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World. But yeah, a little zoom in, let's have a look at that. All the sides going on there, and obviously it's all going to be wooden cladded to fit in with Frontierland. But not too much work left to do now. Obviously the main structure itself is up, and I'll be here to come and see that show over the summer period. So I'm looking forward to sharing that here on Theme Park Worldwide. Anyway, I've got a fast pass for Big Thunder Mountain now. Obviously it's quite deserted when you come down this end. Oh, there's Jessie. It's quite deserted when you come down here, because all you've got really is the Cowboy Cookout Barbecue, and that's all at the moment. Obviously all the little Pocahontas Indian village over there is all closed up at the moment. Hey, here's Jessie walking off. I love it. Hello. But yeah, I'm going to go and use this fast pass now on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and then I've got another one for Hyperspace Mountain. So obviously I took you on both of the rides in the day one vlog, but because you can see more on Big Thunder Mountain, I'll take you along for the ride on this, and yeah, let's get on board. Next time I'm here, I want that to be open. Come on, Phantom. Great view behind me as well of Disneyland Park. Here we go. Oh! Woo-hoo! Oh, she's wild. What a wild ride. Here, miss. Are we going to get any smoke today? Place your pets down. Are we getting anything? Are we? No smoke today. Woo! Hey, Molly Brown. Woo, woo, woo! Oh, it's like like nothing ever happened. Nothing happens down there, honest. It's not the wildest ride in the wilderness for no reason. It's always great to have a trip around the mountain over in Thunder Mesa. Anyway, I've made my way over to Fantasyland now. Of course, this morning I went on Pinocchio, and I'm going to have a ride on Snow White's Scary Adventures now. It's advertised at a 20-minute wait, but to be honest, it doesn't look that bad at all. It's a much shorter queue line in there than what you have over at Pinocchio. So, yeah, probably about 15 minutes or so, I'd say. And then we're going to head on that, share some on-ride footage in just a moment, and then make my way over towards Disney Stars on Parade. Really good operations there. I waited less than 10 minutes. We were shouting down for single riders in the queue line, so I managed to skip a couple of rows of the cattle pens. That's good. Oh, spooky. I say it every time, but it's so scary for kids in here.
Il a toujours échoué.
Is so scary for kids. Honestly, I know it's called Snow White's Scary Adventures, but honestly, I'd have nightmares if I was a kid and went on that. Anyway, I've had enough time to come on Carousel of Lancelot, mainly because they called me down in that queue line. Great operations. I'd say I've seen some of the best operations that I've ever seen at Disneyland Paris this trip. It's been busy, it's been the French school holidays, and I think it's been the holidays in a few other countries surrounding France as well. It's brought a lot of people here over the past few days. But I've got loads done. I've seen loads of shows, parades, got on lots of rides. Really happy with how much I managed to see. And yeah, so I've come on Carousel de Lancelot before I make my way over to Main Street, USA, ready for the 5 o'clock showing of Disney Stars on Parade. I say 5 o'clock showing like there's numerous shows throughout the day. It's only on once, it's the big parade, and I absolutely love it. The steampunk feel to it, the quality of the floats is absolutely outstanding, and that soundtrack is amazing as well. I'll always remember when we first heard like a clipping of what it was going to be, and I thought, oh, is it going to be good? And then when we heard the full thing, I was like, yes, it's amazing. But here we go, I'm going to head down there now, and over the next few minutes, here's some highlights from Disney Stars on Parade.
Nice.
highlights there from today's performance of Disney Stars on Parade. Bit of a reduced offering there today, unfortunately, because of the weather. They prepared it for rain, and literally the parade's just wrapping up at the moment down on Town Square, and it has started to rain. Can't believe it. All the amazing weather I've had over the past 2 days. But there you go. I probably should have filmed the parade when I was in here on day one, but I wasn't to know. It said it was going to be sunny all day, and the parade's still absolutely fantastic, no matter when you watch it. But there was a few bits missing from that. A few changes to note was the absence of the fire-breathing dragon. That wasn't there, unfortunately, today. Along with that, a few other bits had changed. So at the start of the parade, you might have noticed Mickey and Minnie weren't sitting on the chairs at the top of the opening float. They were stood on platforms at the side. Along with that, on the Toy Story float, they weren't spinning round on the big wheel. In fact, there was no one standing in them on that. It was basically prepared for wet weather operation. A few other bits missing as well. A whole carriage was missing near the end for one of the princesses. I can't quite remember who it was now, but they had to walk along the path instead of being on a float. So yeah, a few changes. So not the best day to be watching the parade today, but I managed to watch it with a few fans of Theme Park Worldwide, so I'm sure you're watching this. Hi out there to you. It was great to chat to you for like the 20 minutes leading up to the parade and spend the time watching it with you. Really friendly. But there you go. Anyway, I'm going to go and do a few more rides now here in Disneyland Park. A couple of hours to go until the end of the day, and of course Disney Illuminations that hopefully will be going ahead. Yeah, it's literally the rain's starting to come down a little bit now. When it comes to wet weather here, they are normally quite good. Of course, we're not in California or Florida where it's, you know, normally really nice weather. But here, you know, they are prepared for rain on a much regular basis. So they do have the shows prepared for that. Hence the changes they're made to the parade. Instead of cancelling it, they just make a few changes to bits. But yeah, it was still really enjoyable. It's one of my favourite ever Disney parades. And the plan is now I'm going to go over to Discoveryland, do a couple of rides. I'm going to do the ride on Buzz Lightyear's Laser Blast and also on Space Mountain. I've got fast passes for both that I managed to pick up, which is good. And yeah, I'll see you a little bit later on because I filmed on them rides on the day one vlog, so I'll leave them for now. And then my plan is after that, head over to Adventureland, have another rides on Pirates of the Caribbean, and maybe walk around the caves around Adventure Isle and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you a little bit later on. I'm going to head back over to Adventureland. And now it just feels like how February should be. Absolutely chucking it down. There you go. So I've just had a ride on Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast, and then came straight out of that, and it was chucking it down, like really heavy. Literally the parade was only 15 minutes ago, and the weather was a lot better than this. And look at it now. Like, it's took a real turn for the worse. The dark clouds are coming in. The park is just emptied out after that. I've just walked over from Hyperspace Mountain. I literally ran over to get to the Fast Pass entrance, and then I've just come over here, and luckily it's died off again a bit now. But yeah, I'm just standing in some caves just here. Not the caves that I'm going to walk around shortly over in Adventure Isle. But yeah, I'm going to go for a ride on Pirates of the Caribbean. Probably going to be busy, but because everybody's probably ran inside. But look at this, a main path just here in Adventureland. Like a few people walking down on such a, you know, what has been a busy few days here at Disneyland Paris. But yeah, it's died off again a little bit now. But yeah, I'm going to walk down to Pirates. I thought, you know what, I'm going to take you on Pirates again. So here we go. Here's a bit of on-ride footage from Pirates of the Caribbean here in Disneyland Park. Going to step out, or I'm just going to get soaked?
guise de détraiement personnel, je m'octroie cet envol dérisoire. Et à quoi faut le joyeux?
Really nice quiet ride there on Pirates of the Caribbean. On the back row of the boat, really nice and relaxing. And yeah, it was pretty much walk on, less than a 5-minute queue. The park has really emptied out. I've just come out of Pirates and yeah, it's absolutely chucking it down again. It's been building up for a few days, this, hasn't it? But anyway, it's a perfect opportunity to go for a little walk in the caves. One of my favourite places to walk around here at Disneyland Paris. Of course, we're in Adventure Isle. And walking all around these caves, honestly, it's great. It's quite spooky around here, especially when you come at this sort of time as well. Even more so when the park is filtering out. So let's have a little explore, shall we? Oh, how creepy is that, just hearing the laughs? And that piano. It's like a scare maze, isn't it? If Disney did scare mazes, they'd put one in there, like... Listen to that, the skull up there in the rock formation. I don't think there's anybody else in here. Oh, there you are, someone just walked around the corner. Typical. Very eerie. He freaked out, yeah. There you go. But in terms of weather conditions, hopefully we're going to be all right for Disney Illuminations, but I'm not too sure how much I'm going to be able to film because obviously the camera's going to get soaked. Worst case scenario, if I don't get to film it, it is in the other vlogs that I've done from before here at Disneyland Paris, including the ones I did over Christmas. So worst case scenario, if I don't get to watch it tonight, or if it is absolutely chucking it down that much so that I can't film it or film much, then you'll be able to see much more of it here on Theme Park Worldwide in them vlogs from December 2018. Oh, I do like it in here. Exploring. So I've walked around the corners to some more caves to have an explore around these, and these are actually even more scary because they're actually built underneath the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse, and you can see it when we get further down here, if we can remember the way to get to it. But you've got this eerie soundtrack playing, and then the music from the Swiss Family Robinson, and it sounds really scary because it's actually coming from like down through the middle of the tree structure. Like, listen to that now. How creepy does that sound? I think it's around this way. There we go, yeah, this is it. See where the water's all coming in. There we are, so we can look straight up at the tree, which is up there. How creepy is this? That makes it even creepy, even though that's the happiest music ever playing up there, is the fact that it's mixed in with all these drones and dark sounds down here. These are the areas of Disneyland Paris that if you're only coming for 1 or 2 days, you might not have time to experience. And also, you know, if you come regularly, you might not have even been down here because you've really got to go off the beaten track to come and find this. Even though there's lots of different little entrances, like nobody tends to come around here. Look at this, so peaceful. I always enjoy having a bit of an explore around some of the lesser known areas here at Disneyland Paris. It's really nice just to get away from the crowd sometimes and have a little explore. And that's the great thing about all the Disney parks, because they've all got little areas that you can have a walk around. And of course Magic Kingdom and Disneyland, going over to Tom Sawyer Island is a big part of it for me as well. I love that area. But anyway, the rain has actually stopped. A lot of people seem to have left the park. Bear in mind, there's only 45 minutes to go until Disney Illuminations. Normally at this point, there's people waiting at least down the front there by the barrier, and you know, there's a sea of people already starting to gather, whereas tonight, not that many at all. So I might try watching it a little bit closer to the front this evening, because that's something what I've not done for a long time, since I first saw Illuminations actually. So yeah, I'm going to try watching it from nearer the front this time. Hopefully I'll be able to get some footage. You know, at the moment it looks like it's clearing up a little bit now, and it's got like a magical sort of darkness to the sky now. I mean, look at the castle, you know, like all lit up in pink, and then of course that dark sky behind it. You know, it's just got that own magic to it. You don't always have to be in here in nice weather for it to have that magical feel, and that's why I like it at Christmas as well. I know it sounds really silly, but sometimes when you're walking around freezing cold and, you know, walking around the park, you appreciate the warmth of going into like the shops and rides, and you come back out onto Main Street, and sometimes you might have all the ice on the floor and snow, and it's really quite magical. But yeah, look at the castle. I think it actually looks the most magical now than it has done over the 3 days. Look at this. There you go, yeah, just with that nice backdrop. As much as it looks awesome in the sunshine, there's just something about it when it's got them clouds behind it. Maybe it just makes it stand out even more. I mean, look at that shot now. There you go. But anyway, I'm going to just grab something from Main Street, have a little look around the shops, and then get a spot somewhere a little bit closer than I normally would do for Disney Illuminations. So I'll show you some highlights. You know, by all means, if it does start to rain, we'll sort of judge it from there. But so far, so good. Anyway, coming up over the next few minutes, highlights from tonight's performance of Disney Illuminations.
And now, Disney Illuminations.
Within each of us is a dreamer just waiting to be awakened. We all have the magic to unlock this inner child. But sometimes that inner child needs an invitation to come out and play. This is your invitation to dream.
tell you what, it's been a couple of years since I last watched Disney Illuminations from at the front, but I tell you what, it makes that show much more enjoyable for me. I really enjoyed that. I've always said with nighttime spectaculars, you don't need to be at the front, and it's true, you can see that. You know, if I was standing back here, you'd still be able to see the show and hear the show and what's going on. But obviously the closer you are to the front, the more details you pick up, especially with that projection mapping on Sleeping Beauty Castle. It looked really good tonight from the front, and we were so lucky with the weather because it chucked it down about 5 minutes before, 7:25, it threw it down, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to film anything, I'm right at the front. Obviously I was going to hold out and watch it, but I'd have had to left my camera and everything in the bag, and then literally the announcement came on and the rain just stopped. And we were lucky throughout most of the show, it didn't rain. There was a little bit near the Lion King section where we started to see it a little bit. But other than that, it was a pretty much perfect showing. Everything worked. The fountains as well are much more impressive when you're at the front because obviously you see them come over the path. Like imagine standing there on like a hot summer's night, standing there on that path, you get soaked. I know you can't because it's blocked off, but you know, imagine just standing there, like you get so wet from all the fountains. Next time you come here, watch it from there and you'll see what I mean, it soaks the path. But there you go, that sums up 3 awesome days here at Disneyland Paris. It's amazing to be an annual pass holder for here. I know I've mentioned it quite a bit over the past few days in the vlogs, but having a pass for here is something that's so special to me, and this is my happy place. I love coming here, whether I'm by myself, with friends, like this trip where I've met up with certain different people, seen some fans of Theme Park Worldwide, other annual pass holders here as well. It has been really nice, and it's more the social aspect of it here for me as well. I can come over here, escape for a few days, and come to Disneyland Paris. If you haven't already seen my day 1 vlog for lots of on-ride footage, more from the Festival of Pirates and Princesses that I've really enjoyed actually. That's been a very big highlight for me, seeing all the entertainment, especially the show, what we have down Main Street USA various times throughout the day. But yeah, that was awesome. Of course, check out the day 1 vlog for more of that. The day 2 vlog, where of course I was over at Walt Disney Studios, Walt Disney Studios, the park next door, so make sure you check that one out for lots of on-ride footage. I did every operational ride over there at the moment because there's a couple of closures, much like in this park. You know, obviously the Disneyland Railroad's closed, that's why I've not been on that. Autopia's having its refurb, and Phantom Manor, fingers crossed next time I'm here I'll be getting on Phantom Manor, I really hope so. It's been a brilliant few days, always emotional to leave, but I'll be back soon. You know, I'm probably going to be back in May sort of time, where I'm going to be doing Park Asterix as well, and a few more bits, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Disneyland Paris, thank you for a wonderful trip. It's been great, I must say. Operations have been incredible, cast members have been better than ever this trip, and yeah, it's been quite busy, but I've got lots done and seen all the entertainment. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, give me a follow on Instagram, it's @SeanSandbrook, or also on my Theme Park Worldwide account as well, just search @Theme Park Worldwide. Also follow us on Twitter @ThemeParkWW, and like our Facebook page, just search, you know what I'm going to say, Theme Park Worldwide. Links are all down below in the video description. Also make sure you check out my various different videos from the Disney parks across the world in a dedicated playlist called Disney Theme Park Vlogs here on the channel. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye Disney, and that means it's time to cue those credits. See you in the next video. It's Blackpool time.